How's it going, everyone? If you've been following this channel, you know that I have been clamoring for a top-level AAA mecha game, being a longtime fan of Gundam growing up. Not so much the video games never really turned out that great, but loved the anime growing up. Loved Armored Core as well back in the day, a franchise that a lot of people don't know is actually done by From Software at this point, obviously well known for their Souls titles, but now they are going back to Armored Core with Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. The game has been announced for a little bit, but we hadn't gotten new details about it in quite a while. That completely changed today as we got the huge info drop along with that the first gameplay trailer, and my oh my, is this exactly, based on what I'm seeing thus far, what I've been wanting out of a AAA mecha title. It's great to see Armored Core back. You guys need to check out the trailer for yourself, but I also do want to go over all of the new information. There's an in-depth post on the PlayStation blog that does go over a lot of the information in the game. But this is a game that is going to be accessible to newcomers of Armored Core as well. So if you haven't played the original Armored Core titles or the older games, don't worry too much about it because you'll be able to jump right into this one. No problem, and that continues from a narrative standpoint as well. As noted on the blog post over at the PlayStation blog, it notes you play an augmented mercenary piloting a huge customizable mech, yet while the pace and structure of mech piloting action fundamentally differ from other games in the studio's catalog, players can rest assured that the smooth, responsive controls that you've come to expect from Software games is still here, just in a different context. Obviously, it's going to be quite a bit different than your Souls-like titles. You are piloting these gigantic mechs, and it's a totally different style of game, but it definitely does have its action, but it's more of a fast-paced experience here as well, where you're moving very swiftly and very quickly. And if you are worried about this game from a narrative standpoint, don't worry. Armored Core 6 is a new story that takes place on the planet Rubicon, where a powerful energy source called Coral has been discovered. Coral is extremely volatile, and it's already caused a massive disaster that nearly turned all of Rubicon to ash many years prior, but those futuristic megacorps just can't resist the power of said Coral, and that's kind of where the war stems from. Director Masaru Yamamura notes, it's an intricate and multi-layered world brimming with megastructures and an enormous underground facility built by its former inhabitants. These structures cover a planetary surface racked with extreme cold and contamination, the aftermath of the Great Disaster, and the player will be exploring these various environments as they proceed. Now, obviously, this isn't an open world game, but you do have these large open spaces, and with you piloting these mechs, you'll be able to move very quickly, and you'll be able to explore these open levels and traverse them very quickly. As far as mission structure, there will be missions where you fight across sweeping battlefields, very combat-oriented, but you'll sometimes be recovering data logs from wreckage and doing other side objectives too, so it looks like there is going to be quite a bit of variety as far as the level structure, the mission structure, and what you do throughout each mission. As far as combat goes, one of the newest features in Armored Core 6 from a combat structure standpoint is an instantaneous switch between long-range gunfighting and close-range melee attack thanks to a button-activated movement skill called the Assault Boost. Now, Assault Boost is noted to be an offensive action that helps close the gap between enemies and lets you quickly go from long distance to close range. Say you activate Assault Boost to make your approach while using machine gun fire and a missile salvo to stagger an enemy, and then use your Pulse Blade to score a direct melee hit once you're up close. Stagger, another addition to the series' combat, is a stagger element. If an Armored Core takes too many hits over a short period of time, its control system will be overloaded, and that'll make it vulnerable in a staggered state. Both continuous hits and big powerful strikes will cause stagger damage, encouraging you to keep the pressure on your opponent, and that could entice you to continue going and attacking to hopefully trigger a stagger, and then you can ultimately take advantage of that state, and the damage inflicted to an enemy stagger gauge varies from weapon to weapon. It can also be activated by affected factors like distance, adding additional strategy throughout the game. As far as how this is going to differ from previous entries, it was noted the average movement speed across the game is somewhere between Armored Core 3 and Armored Core 5, but Armored Core 6 has been developed to bolster the changes of tempo and combat with instantaneous bursts of speed, and sudden changes of tempo combat can often reach the dizzying heights of, say, Armored Core 4. And obviously, no big budget mecha game would be complete if you didn't have some big bad guys to take down, and obviously there will be a plethora of challenging big boss fights. There will be a rich variety of powerful enemies of all shapes and sizes, huge combat helicopters, heavily armored mobile turrets, and unmanned heavy demolition machinery, and that's programmed to indiscriminately crush intruders. Armored Core 6 will offer a number of explosive battle experiences that challenge players to fight against the odds and overcome these ginormous, more abnormal mechs. You'll also face against other armored cores and humanoid mechs in high-octane battles that are going to be smaller fights. It may take you several tries and some experimentation with how your armored core is set up and the various equipment that'll be at your disposal to figure out how to tackle a specific situation. And of course, as is the case with Armored Core, customization is going to be a big element of the game. You'll be able to go through various parts to upgrade and perfect your Armored Core however you want to, and specific parts are obviously going to be tailor-made to specific situations where one part is going to be better than the other, and you'll want to tinker around and figure out how to best approach every situation. 4 slots for holding weaponry, 1 in each hand and 2 in the back give you a lot of space to experiment with various custom loadouts, and you're talking about guns such as bazookas, Gatling guns, split missiles, plasma rifles, and all the perennial favorites. There's also a bunch of close-range weapons that are going to be there as well. One aspect we focused on Armored Core 6 is melee weapons, exclusively equipped to the left hand. These can include a cluster bomb thrower, a chainsaw or pulse blade, lances, and other more idiosyncratic weapons. Since the main weapons are firearms, the melee weapons are more focused on that strength of individuality. And then outside of the main campaign, there will be an arena mode, a much-cherished mode where you can fight a series of battles against a wide array of specially customized mech. It makes its return in Armored Core 6 as a combat aptitude evaluation program. And it was noted there are a lot of different AC frames and a lot of colorful characters to fight in the arena, so we hope that players confront them all and aim for the top rank. You can even encounter the real version of these opponents while out on missions. These are more formidable than their simulator counterparts and will confront the protagonists with their own ideals and motives in the heat of battle. That is all the information coming from the PlayStation blog. The game is available for pre-order right now. If you do pre-purchase the game, I would say wait a little bit. You still got 4 months till the game comes out, but if you do pre-order, you'll get the G13 special customization. You'll get the Melander C3 part set, an early unlock for that, an emblem, exclusive AC decal, and early unlock the part set, and the emblem can also be obtained through progressing through the game. The deluxe edition includes the full game and an exclusive digital art book and original soundtrack, a new action game based on the concept of the Armored Core series that used the knowledge gained from Software's recent action game development. The deluxe edition is only $10 more, so it's none of this, games with in-game content or digital content that isn't like an expansion pass that is $20 more, Jedi Survivor is one of the games I'm looking at, so a $10 price difference isn't too big of a deal, but I imagine most people are going to go with the standard edition, and in fact, this game is $59.99, not going the $70 price route yet. I'm incredibly excited for it, and I think Armored Core 6, without a doubt, is going to be the biggest Armored Core game thus far in terms of mainstream appeal as well, just because, yes, while it's not a Souls game from Software as a studio in general has so much mass appeal now, just because the Souls games are beloved. Am I saying that this game is going to sell millions upon millions of copies? Maybe, maybe not. But I do think if they deliver a high-quality mech title, it's gonna do very, very well from a commercial standpoint, and hopefully that means Armored Core is gonna be a franchise that is here to stay, because I just think, man, a AAA game that's gigantic robots battling against one another, like, that just seems like a recipe for success for me. And yes, Armored Core didn't resonate at an extreme level in the past, but I think to today's audience, a game like this is just gonna crush it, as long as it's a high-quality title, and given the team that's working on it, I have a lot of high hopes for Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. It's finally great to see a AAA mech title and a beloved franchise to those that have played it come back in a big way. Again, the game is out August 25th. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC. It is a cross-gen game, so bear that in mind. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.